Germany has arrested another Ukrainian suspect in the Nord Stream sabotage case, just weeks after German prosecutors made a major allegation in court that the operation was conceived by Ukrainian military personnel acting on orders from Ukrainian state agencies. The man arrested today in Croatia is Vladimir Z, a trained scuba diver whom German prosecutors allege was part of the team that planted explosives on Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 near Denmark's Bornholm Island in September 2022. And Germany's case now goes far beyond simply saying Ukrainian divers were involved. In its June indictment against another suspect, Serhii K, German prosecutors alleged that he was a Ukrainian army officer who led a team of professional divers, a skipper, and an explosives expert. According to the indictment, the group entered Germany using forged documents, boarded a sailing yacht chartered through intermediaries using fake IDs, transported large quantities of military-grade explosives, and placed explosive devices on the pipelines between September 4 and September 22, 2022. The devices detonated on September 26, severely damaging both Nord Stream pipelines. And there is an even bigger allegation in that indictment. German prosecutors say Serhii K and other Ukrainian military personnel conceived the operation, acting on orders from Ukrainian state agencies. They allege the objective was to permanently disrupt Russian gas supplies and prevent Moscow from using gas revenue to finance its war effort. That allegation gives new weight to a Russian argument made nearly 2 years ago that the Nord Stream attack was too sophisticated to be explained as the work of a few amateur divers acting independently.
It's the implausibility of assertions about the fact that who was involved in these explosions. It's an out-of-control group of amateur divers, Ukrainian amateur divers. It could work for a Hollywood blockbuster, but it's not fitting for real life. Furthermore, the overwhelming majority of experts assert that without state support, such explosions are simply impossible.
And this is actually not Vladimir Z's first arrest in the case. Germany's European arrest warrant had already caught up with him in Poland in September 2025, when Polish police detained him near Warsaw. But a month later, a Warsaw court rejected Germany's extradition request and ordered his release. Now, almost a year later, the same suspect has been arrested again, this time in Croatia, with German prosecutors once again seeking his extradition. But Moscow has never accepted that identifying the alleged divers would answer the entire Nord Stream mystery. Russian President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly described the destruction as an act of state terrorism. And in June, he pointed to another extraordinary fact. One Nord Stream 2 pipeline survived the explosions and, he said, could theoretically resume supplying Germany.
As you know, the Nord Stream pipelines were blown up, but one of the Nord Stream 2 pipelines remains intact. It can be used even tomorrow to start pumping Russian gas into the Federal Republic of Germany. It is enough. You know what? This is not a joke. Just press the button and the gas will go through it. But for this, the government of the Federal Republic needs a decision. You know what? It's a matter of political character. It's a matter of sovereignty. Because this system is not only blown up, I think it's an act of state terrorism.
Putin's position has also found political echoes in Europe. Former Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán and Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico have repeatedly questioned the Western account of the sabotage and pointed toward Ukrainian involvement. Today's arrest and especially Germany's own allegation of Ukrainian state agency involvement, gives those claims a fresh political boost. But there is an important distinction. These remain allegations in a German criminal case, not a final court finding. The indictment does not establish which Ukrainian state agencies were allegedly involved, who gave the ultimate authorization, or whether any Western government was involved.
However, if we want this infrastructure to be free from danger, the terrorist attack targeting the Nord Stream pipelines should be investigated, and thoroughly so, and those responsible, whether they be states, criminal groups, or criminal individuals, should be punished in such a way so that no one even thinks about repeating their actions. Colleagues, if you think that through your obstructionism you will discourage us, that you will dent our determination to determine who was responsible for the explosion and to punish them, then you are mistaken.
And that is what makes today's arrest potentially so significant. Germany is now pursuing multiple Ukrainian nationals it alleges were part of the sabotage operation, including a Ukrainian army officer prosecutors say led the team and acted on orders from Ukrainian state agencies. But the biggest question is still above them. Who were those state agencies? Who authorized the mission? And who ultimately ordered the destruction of Nord Stream? 4 years after the explosions, Germany's investigation may finally be getting closer to that answer. And that is the question that could turn the Nord Stream case from a sabotage investigation into a geopolitical bombshell